and it fits perfectly. Look at this, guys. And it looks super nice, guys. Look at this. Now I can see things better. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm gonna be working on the OBS. Yes, it's the OBS turn now. The previous video I worked on the 4Runner. I painted the valences on that 4Runner. By the way, you gotta go watch that video. Those valences came out looking really cool. Anyway, today's video is gonna be about the OBS here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and install a rear view camera or a backup camera on the tailgate bezel. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to pull that off, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it. I think I have what I need. I have the stuff on the table. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna be using for that. Anyway, I'm gonna start here. I have my tools, I have my Dremel, I have my step bit here. I'm gonna be using that. On the table, I have my bezel here. If you remember, I bought this one here together when I bought everything from LMC. I told you guys on that video that I had something special for that bezel. I don't want to use the stock tailgate bezel, because if I mess this one up, I want to mess up the other one, not the OEM. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to install this camera here, and this is what I have. I ordered this HD camera from Amazon, of course. These supposed to be 1080p or something like that, so I'm gonna find out. And the other thing I'm gonna be using, guys, is gonna be this 3/4 inch PVC pipe. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this pipe, and that diameter is almost the OD I need to insert my camera in there. Not quite. That's why I have my Dremel here to make that hole, the ID, a little bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill my hole on that one first, and then we're gonna insert that piece of pipe in there, and that's how we are gonna start this project. Hopefully he comes out looking good. All right, so let me get the tripod here. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the piece of pipe and drilling out the hole on the bezel. Just a little more, guys, and I think I can make it work. Let's see. Let's take a look now. Perfect. This works perfect, guys. It's all the way inside of this. Let me show you now. Look at this, guys. I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me turn the camera out this way so you can see it. Look at this, guys. So that's the hole I drilled out in the center of the bezel here, and it fits perfectly. Look at this, guys. Perfect. If you see it right there from the other side. All right, so looks like it's gonna work. Cool. All right, guys, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of this pipe now and glue it on. I'm gonna use CA glue for this, but before I glue it on to this, I need to get my Dremel and take some of this material out of here, because the inside diameter of this is not quite as big to fit my camera. Let me cut a piece and I will show you what I mean by that. Alright guys, I need to make a straight cut, and I'm going to use my tape as a guide. Just like that. And I'm going to use my grinder here to cut it straight. Just like that, straight. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and make a rough cut on this pipe. I'm not gonna need it that long, but at least I need to cut a piece way shorter than this so I can get my wire through here and show you what the camera is gonna look like once inserted here. Alright guys, let me bring the camera over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is the camera right here. Let me get it out of this. Okay. So this is the tiny camera right here. And that has to be, I have to insert this into here, and as you can see guys, it's not quite big. It needs to go a little bigger than that, just a tiny bit bigger than that. That's where I'm gonna use my Dremel and carve that out from there. All right, so let me get set up and start taking all that material out of there. Alright guys, I have my Dremel here. I'm gonna go ahead and start carving out some of that material inside this pipe. Alright, let me grab the camera and test it out, see if it's what we need or we need to go a little further than that. Let's see. So I'm gonna insert it right here. Okay. Oh, perfect. See that? Let me see. I might need to go a little more than that. Let me remove these metal tabs here out of the way. Maybe that's all I need. Okay, to remove that, you just unscrew it from here like that, and you just put it back like this. Let me try it now. Looks like I need just one little bit more. Let me get a marker to see how, well, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to be exact in there. But yeah, let me trim it just a little more. give it a try. Alright, we're getting somewhere now, guys. I just need to go a little deeper than that. I need to go a little deeper than that because it's like a cone shape in there. So I need to keep my Dremel straight. Beautiful. Just beautiful, guys. All right, let me try putting this, I'm not sure what you want to call this ring with tabs on. See if that locks it in place a little better than what it is now. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I think I'm just gonna take these off. I don't need it because it's gonna be snug in there. And then I might also add a little bit of silicone on the back side of this. So if I do this, all right, guys, look at this. Okay, I might redo this because it's a little loose, if you can see it here. I think I went a little too big on this one. It's a good thing I have a lot more pipe. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did here, but I will take it a little bit of, I will remove a little bit of at a time instead of that much because it's a little loose now. Alright, so you guys get the idea of what I'm doing. I'm gonna repeat the process on another piece of pipe because this is no bueno. But I have an idea of what's gonna work. Alright, I will see you guys when I have the other piece ready to go. Alright guys, here is the new piece. This was the first one I started with, but this is the good piece right here, and it works amazingly. It's really tight, as you can see right here. It's perfect. So it's very snug fit. Look at this. Look at that, guys. Perfect. He's not going anywhere. He does not come out unless I push out on this with the screwdriver. Now, let me show you what it's gonna look like. So, this is how it's gonna look like. Something like this. Something like that, guys. How cool is that? You guys see that? Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and use my CA glue around all this, and I'm gonna go ahead and scuff it up a little more. That way I can paint it, and I think we should be golden. Once I glue this on, I'm gonna try it on the tailgate, see how much of this extra pipe I need to cut. I believe I'm gonna cut it straight out in an angle that way. I think that's gonna be what I need. I don't need more than that, just enough to hold the camera in there. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good. So let me get the CA glue and glue this thing on. Right here, the back of the truck now. I removed the stock bezel. This is the stock bezel right here. So I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna put it on the side. I don't want to mess with that, just in case this doesn't work, but it's looking like it will. Let me show you what I have here now. I already put it in place to test fit it, and as you can see, there's a piece of metal back there. Looks like I'm gonna have to trim some of that. Let me show you, because the pipe, the little piece of pipe I need to put in there, it's not gonna work. As you can see, that metal part right there is in the way. So let me see, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, right there. So that piece of pipe, this piece of pipe is not gonna be able to go all the way through, not even enough to get the camera in there. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get my Sharpie. I'll get my Sharpie right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of this metal here. I'm gonna trim some of that. Okay, so I'll remove the bezel again, and I'm gonna cut that piece of metal there with my I think my Dremel. My Dremel's gonna work fine, or I can even use my step bit to drill that metal out. Not a lot, just enough to get that get the pipe in there. Remember, I still gonna have to cut that pipe like in half, so it's not gonna be that crazy. Okay, moving forward, I will get you guys back out here when I have another update. All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you how I am getting this section removed. The first thing I did, I used my step bit right here, as you can see it. Then I went ahead and drilled out a hole there. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna use is gonna be my Dremel. It's gonna be my Dremel with the extension. Okay. This is what I'm gonna use, because this can get in there a lot easier than this whole thing. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. So I'm gonna remove those two sections right there. That's the plan anyway, guys. All right, it's getting there, guys. I need to go a little more and we should be done with it. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and get some kind of like pliers or something to push down on that piece of metal. That way this pipe will clear that area there. And that's what you're gonna end up with right there. You're gonna have a hole. It's kind of tricky to get the tools in there, because you don't want to scratch any of this around either the handle or the paint down here. But it's doable, guys. So what I used was my Dremel, like you saw that, and I cut those two lines all the way to where I needed to. After that, I used my chisel and a hammer, and I pushed that down, as you can see it. And now I have enough clearance to get that camera in there with inside that pipe. All right, next thing is gonna be prepping up the bezel. I have that on the table, so let's go ahead and get that ready. The next step in the process, guys, before we put it together, is gonna be sanding down this piece of pipe because I will end up priming and painting the whole thing once it's ready to be installed on the truck. But that's the first thing I need to do before I put it on that bezel. I'm gonna use my scuffing pad just to give it a little bit of a bite for that primer to adhere to. Because if I just leave it the way it is now, that primer is not gonna stick and the paint will come off. And obviously that's not what I want. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm also going to sand down with a scuffing pad this area, because if I put this on here now, I'm not gonna have access to the edges here. So might as well just take care of it now. Okay, so there. Next step on the process, guys, is gonna be put this together like this. I already cut this piece. If you already know, you're looking at it already cut to shape before gluing it on. I think that was gonna be the easiest way, instead of trying to cut it flush against the bezel here. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do this. I still think I need to trim it just one tiny bit, but we should be fine. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to start gluing this thing on here, guys. I think it's gonna look pretty good once I'm done with this, guys. I think so. Perfect. I don't even think I have to glue anything on this side, because the glue, I can see the glue on this side of the hole, so I know the glue, it's gonna be all the way in between the gap there. And if I decide to glue it on this side, I'm gonna have pieces of glue or residue of glue on this side, and I don't want that. So I think we're golden, guys. All I gotta do is just sand down these side over here. I think I want to do it a little more, not sure. I'm gonna try it on first, see if I need to sand that down. Let me show you so you can see what I'm talking about. You guys see the glue? You can barely see it on that side. I don't need any more glue coming out through this side. Everything has been glued on this side over here. Perfect. And this is what I was talking about. I might trim off this plastic here, this piece of pipe, or I might just leave it. I'm gonna try it on first. See if it works this way. If not, I'll trim it. All right, guys, it's done. I already scuffed it down, and it's ready to be wiped down with, you know, what I do all the time, my grease and wax remover. That's what we're gonna do first, and then after that's dried, we're gonna hit it with plastic adhesion promoter. This is the same thing we used for the interior, for all the panels and all the trim, and everything worked out really well. I'm gonna use this semi-gloss black. This is the same thing I used for the other trim, and that I use the same thing for the tailgate bezel. So I'm gonna use it again here, and that dries really quick, so we should be fine. Let's go ahead and wipe it down, guys. Okay, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna put it facing down first, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit the back side of it first. Okay, it's dry. I'm gonna hit it with this first, like I said, on the back side first. All right, that should be good. We're gonna let it flash for, what is it, 1 minute. No, allow 5 minutes flashing time. So I'll be right back. We're just gonna let it flash for 5 minutes. All right, guys, 5 minutes has gone by, and now I'm gonna hit the rear, the back side of this bezel first. That way I can turn it over and do the front. Here we go.
All right, I'm gonna turn it over now.
All right, I'm gonna let that cure for, I'm gonna let it flash for 5 minutes, and then I'll give it another coat. All right, guys, second coat right here. All right, we're gonna wait another 5 more minutes, and we're gonna give it one last coat. All right, that should do it, guys. I'm gonna give this some time to cure, to dry, and yeah, so we're gonna give this time to cure, to dry completely until tomorrow. Right now it's kind of late. We're gonna continue with this tomorrow, so stay tuned. The other half of this video is gonna continue tomorrow, so stay tuned. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish up and see if it works. All right, guys, it's the next day. I just came back from work, and we're gonna finish up installing the backup camera, or the rear view camera. I have the bezel here, and let me tell you guys, it looks amazing. It looks cool. The paint is completely dry, and it looks super nice, guys. Look at this. Super nice. Cool. All right, so the next thing I need to do is, as you can see, the truck still has the cover on. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cover and move the truck to the middle of the garage here. That way I have room to jack it up, because I'm gonna need to run the wires for the camera underneath. And you know, I have a big belly, I don't fit down there. So I'm gonna have to jack it up, get it on the jack stands, and also the tailgate. Not sure if I have to remove the tailgate. Excuse me. Not sure if I have to remove the tailgate, because I don't think I saw a hole down there on the bottom of the handle to run my wires through. Hopefully I do, and I forgot about it. But if I don't have a hole down there, I'm gonna have to remove it, put it on the table, and drill out a hole to run the wires. After we're done with all that, we're gonna focus on running the camera wires from inside of the cab, from behind the center console, all the way to the bottom and to the back. Cool. First things first, let's move the truck and put it in the middle, jack it up, and then we'll see if we have to remove the tailgate. All right, guys, so the truck is way up in the air now. I have my jack stands. Now I can fit down there to tuck and hide the camera wire. All right, cool. So now next thing I wanted to do and investigate was if I had a way to get that wire from the camera out to the bottom of the gate, to the tailgate, and underneath the truck. And seems like I have one right there, guys. That's gonna be the drain hole. There's several here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna use that. Hopefully my wire harness for the camera fits through there. I'm gonna go down through there to the bottom, and then somehow get it to that tailgate, to the tail light, I'm sorry. You can use either side to hook up the camera. I'm gonna go with this one here. All you need is just the reverse light to be working, and that's gonna trigger the 12-volt lead to turn the camera on. And that's how you get, that's how you send the signal all the way to the head unit and display it on the screen. Cool. So we already figured the tailgate out. That's good. Now let me talk to you guys about the wiring harness from the head unit to the back. If you guys remember when I was installing the stereo system, the head unit, the everything inside, I went ahead and pre-installed my camera wiring because I thought about it and I didn't want to redo all this again, remove the head unit, remove the center console. That was not a smart idea. So what I thought was, might as well run it now and just tuck it behind the center console. That way when I'm ready to install the backup camera, it's just right there. So it should be right behind the center console here. I should be able to reach and get it. Let's see. I think I feel it. Yeah, I see it, guys. I feel it. So here it is. And this is what I was talking about, guys, right here. See? So that's already hooked up to my head unit. I don't have to deal with any of that anymore. Okay, now if you guys don't know how I installed this, it's pretty simple and it's very normal when you guys add a camera, a rear view camera. My head unit on the wiring harness here on the back side of the unit has one specific wire that and that wire goes hooked up to that yellow lead on that right there. So the other end of this lead here going that way, that one has another lead like this one here. All right, now that's how I hooked it up, and it should be the same for every head unit or anything with a screen that you're able to hook up a camera. All right, so that part is done. You know where it's at. Now what I have to do, guys, is find a way to route that wire. I think since it's already on this side of the truck, on the passenger side, I think I'm gonna find a way to bring it down and all the way to the back side. Who knows? I need to figure that part out. Maybe it's easier on the driver's side. I need to get underneath the truck and see if there is an existing drain hole or some kind of a hole. If not, I think I have two possible locations on the firewall which I can run those wires through. So let me do a little investigating and I will bring you guys out here when I'm ready to run that wire. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, I think I found a hole right here on the firewall. I'm not gonna be able to do it through the floor. There's no holes underneath there, underneath the carpet here, and I don't want to drill out any more holes. So I found this one here. Not sure if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to show it to you guys. There's a hole up there. See that right there? That right there. Right there. I'm gonna use that one right there to fish my wire through there, and then once I get it down, once I get it out to the firewall, to the engine bay, I'm gonna find a way to get it tucked in, and I'm gonna hide it. Not sure if it's gonna be right next to the frame or attached to the body somewhere, but I will show you that once I'm done running the wire. I'm gonna show you how I did it. All right, but you get the idea. Through there to the bottom, somehow I'm gonna get it to the back. You will see how I do it. All right, guys, I was trying to fish my wire through there, through that hole, through the drain hole, and I don't think it's gonna work. I've been trying and trying, and it's I think it's got some kind of baffles or something in there that is not letting me get from here to here without making a bigger hole. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to remove the tailgate, put on my table, and figure something out. All right, so let me do that, and once I figure out the way to get the wire through there, I will let you guys know. All right, guys, after all, I was able to fish this wire through that hole. I'm gonna show you right now. I was able to fish it right through there and insert my camera wire around that side, and I think that's gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pre-mount this right here, and then I will put it back on the truck. That way we can start working on the rest of the wire underneath the truck. I already have it right there. I went ahead and loomed it. All right, here's another update, guys. The tailgate is back on the truck. The bezel is back on the tailgate, and you're gonna look at, this is a sneak peek of what it's gonna look like. See that camera is not pushed in all the way, as you can see it. It's not flush because I need to adjust it. Once I get it up and running, I need to know if it needs to be adjusted, because that thing, you know, I need it level with the ground and with everything else. So I'm not sure which way it's gonna go. That's why it's not pushed all the way in. But as you can see, it's looking really nice, guys. All right, that's just a sneak peek. Down here, I was able to run the wires. I went ahead and used these sleeving here, the wire sleeving. But there is a thing, I could always go, let me get underneath the truck. See that wire there? I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. So this is what I can do. Under here, underneath the truck, where the wire's coming down from the tailgate down here, instead of just bringing it down and around and hiding it down here somewhere, there's nothing on this side. It's just a piece of sheet metal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole way up here, as close as I can to the bed floor. That way, that wire is gonna turn as soon as he comes out of the tailgate. Is gonna turn, and by doing that, guys, by doing that, it's gonna disappear. I'm not gonna see it. See that? Once I drill out a hole back up here, this wire is gonna go like that. It's gonna turn this way. All right, so in order for me to do that, the tailgate needs to come off again, but it's gonna look nice. There it is, guys. I installed a grommet right there, so I can get my wires through that grommet, and we should be golden. All right, guys, I am done. It's working, and everything looks like it was from factory, like OEM. I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now. I'm gonna start from the bottom underneath the cab. I'm gonna show you how I ran the wire. So let's start over here. Okay, let's see. All right, hopefully you can see it. All right, so I used the same sleeve, the same loom as I used for the amp wire, and I ran it right next to it. So I went through the firewall, I came down just under the fender well, and then I followed the same route as I did with my power wire all the way to here, and then I crossed the frame. Let's see if you can see it. Okay, It's right there on top of the frame, and then it goes on top of the frame all the way to the back behind the axle. Let me get back there and I will show you the rest. All right guys, I am behind the axle, and as you can see, it comes down from above the frame to here, and then I routed it that way. All right, let me get to the other side and I'll show you the rest and how I hooked up the wires. All right, I'm on the other side now. It's coming from there, comes around this way, and then it goes up and it goes into that grommet. Hope you see the grommet right there. And then it goes into the tailgate. It looks perfect, guys. Looks perfect. All right, now I haven't zip tied it yet because I wanted to show you how I wired it. All this is gonna be I'm gonna use Tessa tape, waterproof Tessa tape for all this, so it won't be exposed. Now, if you see right here, guys, these are my tail light plugs. I didn't have to go all the way to the tail light. You guys can get it from here, from the bottom. You guys don't have to take it apart. You don't have to take the tailgate apart. You can get it here. And on our trucks, our OBS trucks, the light green is gonna be your reverse light. You need to tap into that one. And then this is the ground. I already had this ground here. Somebody was already here before, and yeah, this is my ground. Over here, you might ask, why are these other wires taped up? Is because these ugly things were there. They were there and they had a piece of wire sticking out. I have another one here. So these two things were here, so I removed them. I only kept the ground. Everything else I soldered together. Everything is soldered here. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and zip tie all this. I'm gonna use Tessa tape on all this to make it right. Now let me show you, let me get out and let me show you how this thing looks like. You guys ready? Look at that, guys. Isn't that nice? You can't even tell it's there. Let me move this light around so you can see it better. It's nice. So now, what I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm gonna go ahead and drop the truck. I'm gonna finish doing the wiring down there first. Once I'm done with the wiring, I'm gonna drop the truck again, and then I'm gonna go take it for a spin. And when I come back, I will show you how the camera looks and how everything works. All right, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'll show you this thing in action. All right, guys, I went around the block just to drive the truck for a little bit. I'm gonna back it up into the garage. This is the radio mode on my head unit. I'm gonna put on reverse, and there it is, guys. Look, it's perfect. Now I can see things better. Oh yeah, that's always a plus, having a camera, don't you guys think? Oh yeah, that's what I was missing. And when I put it on park, it goes back to the radio mode. Cool. And there you have it, guys. The camera installation is done. It was a success. Everything worked out really good. I didn't have any problems installing any of it. The only problem, well, not problem, but it was a little challenging, was fishing the wire through the middle of the tailgate. That was the only thing I found a little challenging, but it's not a big deal. I did it, you can do it too. As you guys saw it, it was a clean install and it came out looking really, really nice. Let me tell you about, I'm gonna talk to you about how much I spent on this install. I spent, I'm gonna show you here, this is how much I spent on the camera. The camera was only $22 plus a discount, like a dollar. So it was like $21 or something like that. This is just the camera I used. All right, now with that said, guys, the camera was $21 or something, and it's a high resolution, a 1080p camera. That's $21. The bezel, I spent like $5, so that's like $26 on this thing. I have invested $26 on the whole system. They sell a kit on Amazon. I think they sell it for $125. Same thing, it's just a kit. And to me, if I buy that kit, it's not my style, because I like to build things. I like to tinker around with things. I like to mess around and make all the things my own. So that's why I decided to start working on this and give it a try, and it worked out. You guys can do it too. This is only, remember, I told you guys, this is like, I have invested like $26 on this, and it looks amazing. Yeah, so let me give you a quick close view of the camera. It's super amazing, guys. All right, so if you guys want to build one or attempt to do the same thing I did, you guys can watch the video. Everything is there step by step. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll help you out. I think that's all I have for today, and this is gonna be the end of this video, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video, and give it a big thumbs up. That's gonna help me a ton. And I don't have anything else to say other than see you guys later, and peace out.